Can you hear me okay?
Hello, guys. So we are now here with Jason Brin, who is president of Gala Games, one of the most popular blockchain-based play-to-earn games, which allows you to earn Gala tokens for playing games. So great to have you here, Jason.
Super happy to be here as well, Anna. Thank you for having me.
So can you tell us about your background and how did you get into crypto, into gaming?
Sure. So my background basically it's a little weird. Okay, I'm not exactly your normal well person just in general. I originally entered the blockchain space in 2013, 2014 through sort of the uh, social and foreign aid sort of construct. I spent some time in Haiti doing disaster relief work following the earthquake, and I saw lots and lots of problems with the way aid was being distributed, or rather, not being distributed. There were governments and NGOs that were sending tons and tons of money to Haiti, but people were still dying of starvation. Cholera was everywhere. The city was a disaster, and nothing good was happening. So I began looking at blockchain as a way to fix some of these problems, but I found over time that governments and NGOs won't move quickly enough to make a real change for people. They're too risk averse, too bureaucratic, which is why I turned to blockchain gaming because it's a great way to create and facilitate a transfer of wealth from the developed world where people have a good deal of disposable income to the developing world where it's badly needed. And so essentially, I mean, you look at gaming where you have two players, you have one that is very affluent and another that has a lot of time, and you find a way to facilitate a transfer between them. And that's what we do.
Yeah, that's a quite interesting shift. So was Gala Games your first crypto company, or did you work with some other companies before?
I had worked with other companies. To be completely honest, I'm not the founder. Well, I guess I am a founder of Gala Games, but it's not my company. I'm the
Mhm.
president of blockchain. Or that's the external name. Internally, I'm Barbarian Path of the Berserker, but that's a whole separate discussion. Um, I had been in the blockchain space for a while, and to be completely honest, before I started working with Gala, I was really close to capitulating. Just because I had seen so much crap in the blockchain space and so many scammy projects and so many, just crappy things that I really didn't want to be a part of it anymore. Um, and then when Eric asked me to join Gala, I sat down, I talked to the engineers, I talked to people. I ended up joining as employee number 8.
People are stopped from joining the space because there are still a lot of scams.
So
But
many.
another good thing that there are such great real projects like Gala Games and a lot of other spheres, not only gaming.
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about the Gala Games to the audience who is not familiar yet with what you do?
Us. We currently have 27 games under development right now. All of these are multiple A games. Anywhere from very good double A to triple A games produced by studios with decades of experience, and they're actually super.
That's true, and now everybody complains that most of play-to-earn games attract the audience just because they find it as a source of income, not because of
Yeah,
the fun
exactly.
playing. Personally, as for you, are you a gamer? How do you evaluate how the games are fun?
It's as long as I can remember. For me, I mean, there are different types of games for everybody, but for me, I like both first person shooters and heavy strategic type games. Um, and yeah, I mean, when you evaluate whether a game is fun or not, the question is, I think personally, can you lose yourself playing that game? Can you just get sucked into it and discover that shit, it's 3 in the morning. I was supposed to go to
Does your platform allow any game developers to publish their own games too, or not?
in the long term, that is what we would like. Right now, we're working towards that, and as to decentralization progresses, we will eventually achieve that. Right now, we still are facilitating bringing games to the platform, so it's not a fully decentralized platform just yet.
Mhm. And in terms of starting playing games on your platform, how does one can start? Do they need to buy any NFTs or something like that
You
to
can just
start
go
playing?
to in order to earn, but usually you can play, especially if it's some of the early, play tests and things like that, without anything. But typically, if you want to earn something, there is an NFT involved in that process somewhere, whether it's one that you've purchased or one that someone else has purchased and is lending to you.
Mhm.
That's typically the way that we do that.
And when you need to buy NFT, what's the minimum threshold to start playing games in Gala
Oh,
Games?
some of it gets kind of stupid. So, super super cheap NFTs where you have to
Mhm.
pay 100% of the cost of the NFT in gas prices don't make a lot of sense. But as we move towards Gala Chain, you'll be able to expect more and more of that, as well as credit card payments and integrations like that. So it should be very easy to get involved and start playing if you would like.
And why have you decided to build your own blockchain Gala chain?
Ah, the main reason for that is because none of the currently existing blockchains, most blockchains do a great job tracking like a ledger. Think of it as like banking, right? Balances, lists of accounts, things like that. But what they're not particularly good at is handling any sort of other data. Sure, you can cram it in there, but it's you're just appending stuff to the end of an Ethereum transaction. It's not really designed for that. And the second thing is aware of this, but our founder and CEO Eric Schiermeyer is one of the co-founders of Zynga, and Zynga back in the day, with like Farmville 2, right? Farmville 2 had about 30, I want to say 34.6 million daily active users.
Mhm.
If you were to throw that number of daily active users tracking game state data at any blockchain in existence right now, it would catch on fire and fall down. And
only in gaming
Yes,
industry?
absolutely, absolutely. We're designing it in such a way that others should be able to pick it up and use it.
Yeah, great. So we will have another layer one new ecosystem.
Yep,
Uh, and as well, you have Galaverse. Can you tell more about this?
sure. Galaverse is essentially, I guess the best way you could think about it is our thank you to the community. We bring the biggest support. Snoop, we had Maroon 5, we had Kings of Leon, we had Head in the Heart, we had Billy Idol, we had we had a lot of people that were there playing, and we had a lot of good game announcements and some brief speakers and things like that. And it's really all set up to support the community. The next one we're having is in June, and it's in Malta. You have to
Players, or how does it work?
you have to purchase a ticket, and these events are fairly small. We only allow 800, 900 people total.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to purchase a ticket, and I believe those have all been purchased already, but we will be live streaming a lot of it as well.
So do you plan as well to invite some music stars and etc. celebrities?
Of course. I don't know who yet. Nobody tells me anything, but I'm sure, you know,
Great lineup, and especially Malta is
oh, for sure.
gaming island. It used to be a crypto island before too, but now the things slow down in terms of crypto. But in terms of gaming, it's still one of the
Yep.
leaders. And as well, can you tell more about Gala Music and your cooperation with SnoopDogg and Maroon 5
Sure,
and
sure.
etc.?
Gala Music is essentially an ecosystem specifically for one of the reasons that we started Gala Games is because we saw that gaming had significant room for disruption. We could make some uh, how to put this. We could definitely improve with some of the innovations that we're able to bring. We see the same with music and with film, and
Mhm.
so this is what we're doing with music right now. Working to disrupt the industry, take apart a lot of the uh,
So as well, a lot of traditional gaming companies, some try to implement NFTs, but some have not friendly relation, and even
right.
employees of all these big gaming corporations not really welcoming NFTs implementation. Why
Yeah,
is this happening?
there's a couple reasons. NFTs and the concept of player ownership directly attacks the profit model that traditional gaming companies have. The traditional gaming money so that they give you nothing. We don't believe that that is good, and so if you're going to continuously just charge people for something and give them nothing, you don't have to worry about balancing anything, right? Because it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to give them something, then you begin seeing things like your long tail revenue can be impacted because rather than somebody buying something from you, they go buy it off the large organizations are extremely risk averse because of the fact that they have shareholders that they have to answer to, and they have investors and things like that. We don't have any investors, we don't have any shareholders that we have to worry about, so we're able just to kind of do what we want. That said, there are a tremendous number of people at these other companies who are very interested in blockchain, and a lot of them have come and started to work with us. We have a lot of people from EA, from Activision, from all of these other companies that have joined. I think this is. I hate to say this. I hate the term metaverse because I feel like it's so frequently misused.
Yes,
Um,
that's true.
people people will apply the term metaverse to really anything. I've seen it applied to like, oh, this is going to be a metaverse for shoes. Like, that's not a thing. That's not what metaverse means. If you actually go back and read Snow Crash and you read what Neil Stephenson was saying, the second is that it needs to be user generated, and the third is that it needs to essentially be editable. Okay, so um, a single centralized company cannot produce a metaverse because they just can't. It has to be user generated, and it has to be open so that other people can come and build in it. None of the quote unquote metaverse concepts that exist right now are actually metaverses. Um, in order for something to be a metaverse, it would need to be something that is the size of the internet.
Hmm.
Okay, not just a cool little VR game that you go into. That's not a metaverse.
So
But
Facebook, in your opinion, doesn't have chances.
no, absolutely not. There's no way they can make a metaverse. You can't make a meta like they come on. They charge 47.5%
Yeah, that's a
fees
lot.
for people selling stuff, and are important. I don't think that no matter what you call your company, you're not going to be able to make a metaverse if your approach is one of centralization.
Yeah, we see now a big shift to community-driven companies. And can you tell us about Gala Token and tokenomics? How does it
Sure.
work?
Gala Token you can think of as the central supporter of the entire Gala ecosystem, along with the node network. And the only way that Gala Token gets created is through people operating nodes which support these nodes. And yeah, the token serves to as a medium of exchange within this ecosystem. And there's some other interesting plans that I can't really go into for that right now, but it's going to be pretty cool.
And can you share some more upcoming plans for the development of Gala? Those
We've
ones which you can reveal.
sure. We're on trajectory to release 8 games, I believe, this year.
Hmm.
At a cadence going forward of or too terribly long. The release of a few different other projects that uh, I think will really have a lot of long-term ecosystem impact, and I think that people will be very happy to see them. But I can't really go into them here.
Okay, so we'll follow for more updates from you and hope to see some more exciting games.
You will indeed. There's lots coming.
Thank you for such interesting conversation.